Last time on this supposedly weekly show.
So, Oracle, you're saying Jay Walker will be killed by a commissioner?
Yeah.
We've just finished off the regular season for the Hungry Dads League, so before we get to finals, let's run through where every team is ranked. Starting from the bottom, Diego's team has been rocky, and his team, not losing it with Diego, has lost all but 2 games in the second half of the season. His win last week against Ted is an upset with serious repercussions. Next up is Zane and Death Metal. Another difficult time in the second half, though it is worth noting the team's inclusive hiring practices. The team has taken on previous players from 3 different teams via the onboarding process of zombification. Spencer apologists rejoice! Spencer is only in 10th place, and I'd like to highlight one of Spencer's best games this season, where he was up against Diego. Spencer conceded, but by unanimous consent of the commissioners, including Diego, who was his opponent, Spencer won the game anyway. Bareneck Winery sits in 9th, and for the most part, Phil's wine, blood, and luck have all run dry. The big meaty lizard men, coached by Aaron, had a real hot streak earlier in the season, and for a few weeks the team seemed a shoo-in for finals. Aaron was living high after his win over Peter, but things started to fall apart after some rough deaths and injuries in the latter half of the second round. The Spicy Men have earned Tommy the reputation of a real upsetter, squeezing out several underdog wins across the season. Having a win against Jay Walker and Joe in the same season sure is impressive. Tommy's next season is looking bright. R/Nice Guys was another finals contender until recently. Sammy's winning streak in the middle of the second half was impressive, with 5 wins and a tie straight, at least until the great upsetter Tommy took a win and the title of OWO. The top 5 is a messy bunch, with 2 players tied for 4. Ted and Joe will play a tiebreaker game to determine who makes it to finals. Will the arch-nemesis, coached by Ted, gutter run their way to finals, or will Joe finally have his redemption arc with D.I. die? In third, Peter's Mushroomers have narrowly avoided being in the mess of the tie by clinching a win against Spencer in the final week. In second is Cynthia with the Iron Curtain, and while she's fallen out of first place, she is still a likely contender for finals. And back in first place is Jay Walker with Shorts Brewing Company, who was able to defeat their obstacles from the first half of the season and go undefeated in the second. So that wraps up the 7th regular season for the Hungry Dads League. Next week, if Jay Walker can keep his shit together, we'll be hearing a special message and an announcement for finals.